Chloe Johnson with PCTV Reports down here in Salt Lake checking out our local jazz scene. Tonight, we're at the Jazz Vespers Quartet.
These guys are some of the finest musicians in town, and if you have some experience playing, you can just play because you know the songs and they know them. And so you react off of what they do and try to make it fresh.
The scene is, I would say, kind of small, but the talent is very dense. There are tons of fantastic musicians that are world class that live here right in our hometown. It's awesome.
I think right now we're in a really good period because there are more venues featuring jazz. We've got Avant Groove that just opened up, the stuff that Kelly Salmons is doing over at Jazz at Lake Effect.
There's a lot of appreciation for jazz in Salt Lake. There's a lot of musicians as well, and I guess that's the reason why. And then there's some people that come and don't even play, but they just like jazz.
Because it's America's music. I mean, it's like the backbone of the American musical tradition. So it's always going to be here. It's always going to have a place, and it's always crossing hairs with other genres. You know, pop, funk. They all have jazz influences in them.
Some of these songs will be jazz standards that you may recognize, although sometimes it may just be improvisation that these guys make up on the fly.
Improv is just thinking, but also like being in the moment as you're thinking, and then also like thinking out loud with other players.
The nature of jazz itself is based in improvisation. Jazz is very heavily influenced by the blues, and then just the very format of jazz going back to the early days in New Orleans in the 19-teens. All the horns improvising together. And then as it took form, in terms of like popular songs, you would play the melody of the song and then you would improvise over the chord changes. And that format, it remains today.
Can you improv for me right now?
Improvisation itself goes back thousands of years. With jazz music, students learn how to improvise as part of their core education. And here at Gracie's on Monday nights, we do a jazz jam so that students and amateurs and professionals alike can come down and jam in an open setting that's accepting of all musicians, all levels, and just to have some fun.
We're coming up on 4 years. Our 200th jam session will be this summer. Which is amazing.
They come and they jam, they come and they watch. We always get really, positive comments about the chemistry between us as players and some of the interesting places that we take certain tunes that we go in. So it's always a fun hang. It's always really good.
Every week it'll be pretty mellow. We come in, we get set up, and then as soon as the jam starts, like the place is full, and it's just, I think people know what to expect at this point. Like, it's going to be a party. The more people we have and the better musicianship we have, the more fun it is. And you've sang here.
It's fun. It's a good time.
It's a great atmosphere. The tunes are great. You can pretty much play anything you want. We let anyone come down and give it a try.
The main message is just to let young people know that it's so important. Jazz is an oral tradition. It's passed down by the elder statesmen, setting the example to the younger musicians. And if the younger musicians don't come down, they don't take part in that circle of jazz life, so they need to get down here and play. This is why we're here. We're here for you. So come down and see us.
Come jam with these guys down here at Gracie's in Salt Lake City. This is Chloe Johnson with PCTV Reports. Back to the studio.